I returned a few weeks ago from the Inside Self-Storage Convention in Las Vegas 2021. Let me share with you a few of the takeaways I got from being there. My name is Mark Helm, and I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Quick Start Academy. And what I do is I support the small investor who wants to get in the self-storage business or who wants to grow their self-storage business, strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And let me share with you a few of the takeaways I got from being at the convention. First of all, it was great to be at a convention. I didn't realize how much I missed being at a convention. I wish I could be at the SSA one in September, but we have another trip already planned. But the main topic on everyone's lips, the main conversation in almost every single conversation I had with people was around the cost of construction this year. To a large degree, in my opinion, the success of self-storage is kind of part of the problem. Certainly the supply chain has been disrupted due to COVID, but the demand, self-storage once again has shown itself to be a great asset class to be in during questionable times. Literally, COVID created more demand for self-storage. So with the supply chain being interrupted, not to mention the steel tariffs that were in place for much of COVID, construction prices have risen. In fact, the number that was bantered around quite a bit was steel prices have gone up 40% since January 1 of this year. So interest rates staying low, cap rates as low as they've ever been, or even lower, and construction prices high, it makes it a little challenging for small investors like us to get in or grow our self-storage business. We've got to be very strategic in how we do this. 2017, 2018, small investors were saying, I can't buy anything that makes any sense, so I'm just going to build something. Well, now with construction costs being high, for some, that's even becoming problematic. So budgeting of construction costs and adding more time in the construction process is more critical now than ever before. Here are some specific things we're doing a little bit differently due to the disruption in the supply chain. First of all, we're increasing our contingency number. Secondly, we're calling often and checking in on what the current, you won't get an exact price, but range. What should we be putting in our performance for a drive-up single-story self-storage system? And we'll get a number from our fabricators to plug in there. And I don't just plug it in at the beginning. If it's a month-long process, I'm checking 2 or 3 times as we're going. I'm also adding more time to the construction process than ever before. Some of these fabricators are 3 months on the fast track, 6 to 8 months from being able to deliver a fabricated system to a job site, even once you order it. So don't just take a per square foot number you've used in the past or one you've heard from me or someone else and just assume that's correct. In fact, assume the opposite. Assume it's not correct, and you've got to figure out what it is. From what I can tell, the storage system is a big part of the number, but it's not the only number of construction. What we're seeing is with steel prices and the cost of the systems going up, we're seeing about $7 to maybe $10 a square foot more on a construction project today than what we saw maybe 2 years ago. So that can vary depending on a lot of variables, but just know that construction prices are a moving target at the moment. Don't just throw a number in there and assume that's going to be a correct number. Now, will things level out? Yeah, at some point they will. I don't know if we'll ever get back to prices how they were. Perhaps you will. Really doesn't matter. What makes life workable is to be able to plug a number in and have confidence in that number, even if you're getting it from the fabricator, to be able to have confidence in the number you're getting and knowing that that number is going to be the same number 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. That doesn't appear to be the case today, so just be careful as you move on and lay out your strategy for getting in the storage business or doing your next self-storage deal. The other thing I took away that I was really surprised at was the difference between a digital footprint and the physical footprint of a market area for a facility. Yes, I understood it intellectually, but I really saw how some storage owners are being able to increase literally the trade area for their storage facilities by increasing their digital footprint. You know, I just have always assumed that because in the past that's how it's been. In our portfolio, the average customer in our portfolio lives 3.2 miles from our self-storage facility. Certainly we have people further out, and obviously we have people closer in, but I just pretty much assumed that was my trade area, because that's what it's been, and I adjust my digital footprint to try to show up real powerfully in that trade area. Yeah, I may go out 5 to 7 miles, but what I saw was strategies where people were actually going out further and literally increasing their trade area through effective online marketing. Now, I know intellectually you can do that. I just never seen anybody do it, and I've never taken it on. I know that, for example, with boat and RV storage, my trade area is a lot larger than a normal self-storage trade area, and I would get a few storage rentals because I have RV parking or because I have U-Haul service, but I never really took on that and designed a strategy or attempted to design a strategy to increase my trade area based on my digital footprint. I'm going to take that on this year and figure that out. That's a takeaway I got from being at the 2021 Inside Self-Storage Convention. There's a lot of other things that I could have taken away, but just given where we are and our growth and what I have my attention on, that stood out like a sore thumb to me. So those are my takeaways. Be careful with your construction budgets. Don't not try to get in the self-storage business because construction costs are high. Just be smart, be strategic, and increase those contingencies somewhat. This is still the best business in the world for the small investor. Don't let it being challenging deter you. Let it deter other people, but not you. So I look forward to being with you next week as we explore this world, this fast-changing world of self-storage. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. That's the financial analysis tool we use to look at those opportunities, plug those construction cost numbers in, and run the different scenarios to see what our best case and worst case scenarios are. So if you're not using it, explore it. CreatingWealthThroughSelfStorage.com or go straight to StorageWorldAnalyzer.com. Thanks. I look forward to being with you next week.